Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope everybody made it through the July 4th festivities with all your fingers, toes, and eyebrows intact. This is Lou. I'm flying solo this week. Matt is away doing his Moana impression, so welcome to a little red, white, and Lou. We started with the SBA because America's 250th birthday came with the usual fireworks, grilled meat, and one surprisingly meaningful financing update. Starting July 4th, qualified borrowers who secure a 7A working capital loan first may access up to $5 million through 7A and then $5 million through 504. That could mean up to $10 million for acquisitions, real estate, equipment, new locations, or your business's expansion. I broke the whole thing down over on the Credit Bank blog, including who should pay attention and why bigger limits do mean easier approvals. Good news, still not free money. You need clean financials, repayment ability, and documents that do not look like they were stored in a glove box. Check that one out on the blog. And since we're talking about expensive things, we also looked at vintage SUVs becoming the new rich person status symbol. Broncos, Defenders, Jeeps, Land Cruisers, 6 figures for something old, boxy, and emotionally unavailable. But there's a real business angle here. Restorers, rental companies, and anyone selling rugged to people with beach houses may have a lane. That also ties into another theme this week. When the normal version gets too expensive, people start looking for weird alternatives. In New York, that means renters moving into convent boarding houses. Yes, you heard it right, convent boarding houses. Curfews, house rules, maybe no alcohol, but much lower rent, often with meals and Wi-Fi. When housing gets ugly enough, old ideas start looking useful again. It's a win-win for everyone. The church gets some money, young folks get reasonable housing, and maybe a little bit of moral certainty. Then we moved from people trying to simplify rent to Comcast trying to simplify itself. For those of you that regularly watch 30 Rock, this is life imitating art. The company is splitting off NBC, Universal, and Sky, so the cable side keeps the pipes while Shrek, SNL, Peacock, and NBC move into their own place. Big companies keep learning that focus matters, usually after spending billions avoiding that lesson. And while Comcast is separating assets, prediction markets are trying to become one. The World Cup has been a major test, with Kalshi gaining share, Polymarket slipping, and Meta circling with a points-based app. Maybe this becomes real financial infrastructure. Maybe there's sports betting with better charts. Wall Street is paying attention either way. And for those of us in North America, US, Mexico, and Canada are still in it. Over in the Money Minute, Matt covered new research showing companies spending heavily on AI are hiring more, not less. Good news for once. The firms using AI the most grew their headcount by about 10%, and entry-level hiring rose as well. The point is not that AI is harmless, jobs are changing. But if AI helps answer calls, find prospects, quote jobs, clean up admin stuff, and stop leads from dying in voicemail jail, it can create capacity instead of just cutting people. We've covered AI a few times on the podcast, and there's a Get Oblique 30-day trial in the full newsletter for anyone who wants to test an AI voice receptionist. You'll have to open the issue for that one. And now for some quick hits from around the web. Vespa Buon Compleanno turned 80 in Rome with 4 days of parades, races, and tiny scooters buzzing past ancient ruins like stylish mosquitoes and better posture. Nearly 20 million have been sold since 1946 because Italy figured out how to make being late look elegant. Then we've got Kevin Akoto and Austin Franklin, who are getting paid $50,000 each to watch all 104 World Cup matches from a glass box in Times Square. The setup has recliners, big screens, snacks, and foosball, which sounds great until you realize that thousands of tourists are watching you sit there and slowly become part of the exhibit. And finally, a Texas Longhorn named Cowboy Houdini picked Norway over Ivory Coast by choosing a feed bucket marked with Norway's flag. Norway won 2-1, so the next time someone says they have a proprietary betting model, ask if it eats hay. All right, everyone, that's the recap. Before we let you go, a big shout out and warm prayers to our neighbors down below in Venezuela. They're going through a tough time post-earthquake, so you're in our prayers. That was the week. Build things that last. Keep the numbers clean. Maybe listen to the cow. Subscribe on YouTube for the Monday recaps and subscribe to the weekly on Substack for the full issue. We'll see you next time.